Welcome back, everyone. So we partnered with the folks from Jackson Hewitt Tax Service to bring you tax tips all week long on the Hampton Roadshow, and we are very happy to have Melinda Wiedenhoff to talk about some of the most commonly overlooked deductions. And remember, while we're chatting, if you do have a tax question, make sure you go over to our Facebook page to ask Melinda, because she's going to hang around and answer them in just a few minutes. But first, Melinda, welcome to the Hampton Roadshow.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, so we've been talking taxes all week, but you're here to talk about these the people just overlook. What are some of the things?
The number one thing people always forget is their personal property tax.
Why is that?
I think because we pay it in June, typically in this area. And so at tax time, you're looking at things that come in the mail in December and January, so they just forget about it. And it's a deduction, so you don't want to forget it.
Okay.
Another big one is they always forget their charitable mileage. And that is deductible anytime that you drive for charity, whether it's donating blood at the Red Cross, dropping those clothes off at the Goodwill. Keep that mileage.
So you get the mileage for going to drop them off, and then in addition also when they give you that little form or the receipt, that's something you add in as well. Oh, interesting.
Absolutely.
Okay. What else?
Probably in the non-cash charity, you forget about the bags that you drop off. You need to write down what you donate, because as long as it's in good value, good shape, you can take a deduction for it. Charity, people forget about, the $5 here, the $10 there, but when you add it up over a year's time, it adds up. They typically bring their church statements, but think of all the other charity that you do as well.
That's why it's so important to keep track and
Keep
document.
your records.
I mean, I'm sure you can't reiterate that and say that enough to your clients.
I try.
All right, American Opportunity Credit, what is that?
That is the education credit where you can get up to a $2,500 deduction on your tax return. And the nice thing about that credit is, let's say you had no tax liability because your other deductions wiped it out, you could walk away with a $1,000 refund because you went to college.
Really? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so that's a nice one.
Lifetime learning, still deal with education?
Yes, that is for college, but the difference is with the lifetime learning, you can just take one class and you'll get a deduction for it, up to $2,000.
Okay.
With the American Opportunity Credit, you have to be in the first 4 years of post-secondary education.
Gotcha. So if you're going back to school, what if you're like buying books and things like that, all of that's is a deduction. Interesting.
Computers.
And student loan interest, I know about that. They send it to you, yeah. But it's a little something to, deduct off of your taxes at the end.
Absolutely, up to $2,500. And believe it or not, a lot of people forget about their student loan interest, and it is a deduction.
Can you get well, I guess if they're in deferment, you can't get the deduction.
No, you have to be paying on it.
Gotcha.
And they should send you a form called a 1098-E for education, obviously.
So what do you say to folks if they're expecting all of the forms to come to them in the mail, and when they come to you guys, is that like a checklist you guys go down to make sure that they have all of the correct forms, because they could be missing something?
Oh, I usually send a few of them home with a list. Honey-do list, get me this. Yeah.
So this time of the year, what do people need to be thinking about if they haven't filed yet, if they maybe haven't gathered all of the documents?
Well, April's next week, so we're in countdown. April 15th is around the corner. If you don't have all your documentation or can't get it all together, you can always file an extension. But the biggest thing is that an extension is an extension of time to file, not to pay. So if you think you're going to owe, get your documents together and go ahead and get it paid by the 15th.
Sounds good. All right, well, you're going to hang around with us and answer some tax questions over in the Buzz Center. Jackson Hewitt Tax Service has locations all across Hampton Road. You can give them a call, 800-234-1040, or go to the website, jacksonhewitt.com. Melinda, thank you so much.
Thank you.